Please welcome, truly, madly, Bradley Riches!
Bradley!
Thanks for having me.
Goodness me, you are it in our house, mate.
Oh, wow, that's nice to hear. I'm not it in my house.
Well, nobody ever is in their own house. You have to go to other people's houses to be it, don't you? You can't be it in your house.
Yeah, your best friend's mum. I'm always that loved one by my best friend's mum.
Bradley, for people who don't know who you are, can you just give us the Bluffer's Guide to Bradley Riches, please, if you don't mind?
So I'm Bradley Riches. I'm 22 years old.
Yes.
I feel like I'm on a dating show now. And I was in a series called Heartstopper on Netflix, which is like a queer coming of age story.
Which is brilliant.
Which is a lot of fun to be a part of.
Is it?
Yeah, a lot of fun.
It looked like it was all the fun.
It is. It's a lot of fun. And then obviously I went from that into Celebrity Big Brother. Don't know how I bagged that one. still trying to work it out. And then I do a lot of advocacy for, LGBTQ plus rights and neurodiverse people. And then I just did a show in London as well called Babies the Musical.
That's just finished.
Yeah, it finished literally on Sunday.
So you are a busy, busy boy. Now, you just used two tenses with reference to Heartstoppers there. You said I was, and then you said I am. And the big question out there, because I watched the last episode of season 2 of Heartstoppers last night, and it's brilliant.
Yeah.
And your character's thumb hovers over the send button. When do you tell somebody you love them? Do you tell them in person, or do you tell them via text, or whatever? And then it goes to black, and it says your best mates will be back with you in October. And the big question is, will you be back or not?
Who knows?
Well,
time will tell.
That was very clever, because you just used the past tense and the current tense. So I don't know. I'm none the wiser. Eli, I can't tell you whether he's going to be back. It will be back.
It will be back, yes, it will be. It's coming back October 3rd.
Yeah.
Whether you see my character again is another story.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
I don't know. Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? I don't know. So Bradley, riches by name, riches by nature, as far as life is concerned. What a story you've already got at 22 years of age. So you were diagnosed with autism when you were 9?
Yeah, 9 years old,
Okay,
yeah.
just tell us about that, the journey there.
Yeah, so when I was younger, I grew up, obviously, just in a normal primary school, and I would never use sound or words as a form of communication. It's just something that I just never did. I'm not sure why. People always ask me, what was going through your brain? But I'm not sure. And I just didn't want to use that as a communication. I'd use movements or sounds. And as obviously I grew older, I got diagnosed with being autistic, and from that moment on I've just tried to understand myself, and that's when I started acting. My nan was like, oh, take him to a little acting group down the road. I got more confident, and that's when I started to use words as a form of communication. It was just this escapism acting was for me. And then now you can't shut me up. As time goes on, and then I've just grown more confident, understood myself more. I think that's the main thing that I've really learned about myself, and then that's why I like to give to other people and try and be that representation for our community as such.
Wow, well done. I mean, to have that realisation and that self-awareness at such a young age, even because 22, you're still a baby. You know?
Still young.
Yeah, completely, 100%. And when you're young, you think 21's it, don't you? You think 21, you're old at 21. 18, pretty old. 21, not past it, but you're a fully grown up. But you're not. You're not. So how do you feel now today at the age of 22?
Yeah, I think when I was in the Big Brother house, surrounded by all these people who have been in the industry for years, Louis Walsh said I was too young to be there, but yeah, I think a lot of the time, I think they could see the maturity. I think I've learned a lot about myself in the past 4 years than my whole life. So I think just learning about yourself, it's not about time, it's about how much you can learn about yourself.
Yeah.
And even in 3 weeks when I was in the house, I learned so much about myself, about how much my family means to me, how much my partner means to me, my friends, and that support network. And I wouldn't have been able to grow as a person without having them around.
Yeah, forgive me, I didn't watch it. How did you do? Did you win?
No, I didn't win. I wasn't far off.
Should have won, shouldn't he?
I know, I could have. I should have.
Who beat you?
But one of my great friends, David, he won. But I as people say on Twitter, I cruised through it. I didn't get nominated once. I got nominated by Louis, but I wasn't up for eviction at all until the day before the final, and then I got a backdoor eviction, which is obviously when you don't go out to a crowd, you just go through the fire exit door.
Right.
So that was a bit emotional. Not for me, I was fine with it, but the public were a bit angry about that.
Well, why does that happen again?
It's just a bit of TV drama, isn't it? A bit of dramatic. It's like none of us knew that there was an eviction going on.
Right.
So there's 6 of us left in the house.
Right.
And then they go, oh yeah, you're going to go meet a loved one. And then there's a room where I saw everyone watch a loved one. And then it was, oh, Bradley, you're up next, the last person. And then the host walks in and the lights go red and goes, you've been evicted, leave the house.
Nice twist.
Nice twist, yeah,
not
very
nice
dramatic.
Twist. Yeah, did it work? So it didn't land very well, that one.
I mean, I got the most Ofcom complaints for cruelty.
Oh, how did you feel about it?
I was fine with it. It's a game at the end of the day. Like,
it is a game.
I knew that as soon as I left I thought as soon as I left the house, I'd see my family, but it was 24 hours because I was in hiding. And then I saw my family.
Right, you were in hiding to go along with the ruse because there's a delay in transmission.
Yes, because it's the 24. So I got evicted on Wednesday, but it didn't actually go out till the day before the final.
What did you do when you were in hiding?
I was with a chaperone. I had a Nando's, a Creams. I was literally like, the chaperone was like, oh, here's the ITV card. And I was like, yeah, Creams, yes. Nando's, McFlurries.
Yeah. One for yourself.
One for myself, yeah. And then I got some stuff for the morning as well. I just kept piling on the food. I was like, I'm hungry. I've been eating hardly anything, to be fair. We had Levi in the house for most of it. Right. So he's a great chef.
Yeah, of course he is. How did you get the job in Heartstoppers?
It was through an open call. So I was in my first year of drama school, and then my mum sent me this link to Twitter, well, X now obviously, Twitter, and it was an open audition for this Netflix series, Heartstopper. I'd never really heard of what Heartstopper was. I knew it was a book. And then, so I went through for the first season, a couple of rounds for Charlie, didn't get the part, and then for the first season, they asked me back just for one line, because obviously they didn't know the future of the show at that point. They asked me back for one line, so I went, missed one day off college, did my one line, and then when they got renewed for season 2 and 3, I just got an email just to, we've been trying to find this character of James for quite a while, would you like to come in and audition for him? I was like, of course, yeah. But I was in the second year of my degree at that point, and then I went to the audition. It's really rare that they kind of remembered me from that one line. I was obviously like, I made friends with all the cast from that one line because it was just a good atmosphere to be a part of. And then I auditioned for it, and then the next day I found out, and then on the 2 days after that I was on set. It was within 4 days I auditioned for it and then got it.
And when was that then?
That was September 2022.
Right, it's funny because when you're in a rite of passage show or a film, the viewer can see you physically growing older, growing up, if you like. Yeah,
definitely.
And then when you get to like an adult sitcom like Friends or Seinfeld, it's not really about that. It's just about things that happen to you in life because you're sort of the same age all the time.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
But it's so different, isn't it? And that's why people are anticipating series 3 so much, because everybody's growing. Older in it, and there's talk about it getting raunchier or just changing
maturing. People are growing with the show as well.
Changing flavour.
Yeah, 100%.
And what's that experience like for you growing up on telly?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's like when I see like memories on my Snapchat or like on my camera roll of like us in Paris filming season 2. It's like, God, I look so young.
You do. I didn't want to say because you could say that, but you look like a little boy.
Yeah,
when I
tiny.
watched that.
Yeah. And I got my little curtains going on. But it was just like,
and you were slighter, aren't you?
Yeah. And it was like, because it's always been 2 years and probably a lot of puberty, you never stop growing type thing. I've now got facial hair, which I have to shave like twice a week. I wasn't sure it was you when you walked in. I said, is that Bradley? Because you never know, because I saw you last night looking probably 10 years younger. Yeah, well, makeup helps as well, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, now at like season 3, when I like see like things about season 3, you're like, oh, I do look a bit older. But I think as time goes on,
you're right.
We'll get older with the show.
Cool. And you're also smashing it on Virgin Radio Pride.
Yes.
So tell us what you're doing on Pride.
So on Pride, I do a Saturday show every Saturday, well, obviously 1 till 2 every Saturday on Virgin Radio Pride, and I play some good songs, just chit-chat a little bit. But yeah, radio is something I've always been into and I've always wanted to do as well. So it's a privilege to be here and do Virgin Radio Pride, which is an amazing thing to be part of.
Virgin Radio Pride is just the bomb. It's the Technicolor bomb. It's superb. It's won loads of awards all around the world. And it was the first Pride station, and other stations now, other radio groups do their version of Pride, and all the better for it. But Virgin Radio Pride was the first one. I think it was the brainchild of Mike. I can't remember. Magic Mike, our boss. But it's just great. You have my Pride playlist coming up. Listen Monday 6 p.m. Virgin Radio Pride. Can you give us a little taste taster of what might be on your Pride playlist?
Pride playlist. Oh, okay. So obviously I just finished the show.
Yeah.
And it was something that I've been on repeat. I think one of the questions was something that's been on repeat. So it was one of the musical songs that were in the musical that I was in, called Hot Dad. You know, it's one of a kind. So that you'll hear that one.
Can
on
you
there.
give us a bit of Hot Dad now?
Oh God. Warm up. Let me check. What's my favorite line in it? Oh yeah. Oh wait, one of the lines is this. So all the boys do like a little riff thing.
Yeah.
And all of them like go really high and they're all like doing this. But I went for like the comedic approach.
Right.
So I go, it's like, dun, 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 I'll be your baby daddy, gonna be your baby daddy. So that's my little comedic approach. I can sing more in it.
Can I just say, great headography?
Oh yeah, you got to feel the beat.
How'd you do that with your head?
I'm not sure. I just kind of move it, and then but if you know the song, I wish I could play the song now. If you knew the song, it's like boom, 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 boom. I can see you in your playground when I'm pushing my pram.
I can't do it.
Good fun.
Authentically Me with Matt Terry, Wednesday 6 p.m.
Yes, Matt Terry.
Tell us about that.
So yeah, Authentically Me is like a podcast that is on the Pride podcast. That Authentically Me is basically me chatting to different people who are within the LGBTQ plus community about them becoming authentically themselves and how they discovered that, how they became that.
Brilliant.
And I spoke to Matt Terry on
how many of those have you done?
3.
Okay.
3. So Matt Terry's my third one.
Superb. So they go out on the radio and then they're automatically podcasts or vice versa.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And obviously, you know that you're going to have a conversation with somebody who's been through similar and different.
Different, yeah, which is really interesting.
So yeah, you can have a similar and different journey,
can't you? God, 100%. I think that within the community, I think there's so many similarities to everyone. Like me and Matt Terry found so many similarities between us, but also so many differences about like self-acceptance and his journey with that compared to my journey with that. But it's just a really cool conversation to be a part of as well.
And Virgin Radio's big conversation next week is, why are there more neurodiverse LGBTQ people than ever? So the two, they're inextricably linked.
Oh yeah.
Tell us what you know about that.
Yeah, I think, well, obviously being neurodiverse and gay, it's I think growing up, it's like once you see that you've, as a neurodiverse person, you see the world different. I think society is not fit for you. You kind of try and mould yourself constantly around the society that is fit for neurotypical people, essentially. And as time goes on, I think that creates more of an open-minded brain to new relationships. And once you find those new relationships, you like them because they feel truthful, because a lot of your life you mask to be in a relationship.
And you feel free and you can breathe.
Yeah, breathe. And then once you find that, you're like, I'm not going to get rid of this. Who cares about their gender or how they identify? It's just love, and you feel it. And I think that's the main thing. I think society is structured differently in neurodiverse people's brain because they have to mask a lot of the time. And when they do feel free and open and accepted, they will just run with it type thing.
So as a 22-year-old neurodiverse gay man right now, here on July the 18th, 2024, how is it? Where are we, do you think?
Yeah, I think we're constantly improving. I think, especially with talking about neurodiversity, I think there's so many stories about that, but I don't see like neurodiverse people represented that much in the media, whether it be in like TV or books, because there's so many stories out there. There's like, like females who are neurodiverse, black people who are neurodiverse. There's so many people with these stories, but we only see one story at a time. So I think, that's where we are with that. And I think we can keep telling those stories and maybe hopefully have neurodiverse actors play those. A recent Netflix series called Geek Girl just came out, and one of my amazing friends who is neurodiverse played the lead in it. And it's just a great representation of autism, which we just need to keep doing. And then with it be LGBTQ plus representation, and I think obviously Heartstopper, it was an amazing thing to happen. It's a positive representation of queer people, especially young queer people. And I think we can just keep telling these stories because there's so many stories to tell. Let's keep telling them and like create an impact with telling these stories, I think.
And it's so joyous, isn't it? The thing is, it is such a joyous world.
Yeah, definitely.
It's so uplifting. It's so supportive. I suppose that's got to be a massive ingredient in it all. your book, which I haven't read, I wish I'd have known about it. Different kind of superpower. This is going to be Eli's holiday read. This is going in his suitcase. You don't have a copy with you, do you?
No, I wish I did. I wish I brought a little copy around with it.
Signed copy from you. Just to give us a bit of flavour of what's in there.
Yeah, so the story, I want to keep writing them as well and have like a series of them as well. So kind of like Heartstopper when you grow up with a character, but essentially the character is. It's based on true events, so it is me, basically. But it's a boy growing up, finding out that he is autistic and how he navigates his early school life with like relationships, family relationships, and also just everyday life. But the way my parents tell the character is basically via different like games and hobbies and essentially like different powers, and then autism being one of those powers, to try and empower young autistic people to know that being different is cool.
It is very cool. Okay. Heartstopper, for the people who don't know about the lady behind Heartstopper, can you just tell us a bit about her?
Yeah, Alice. So Alice is the creator of the Heartstopper universe, genius. They actually write the scripts for the show as well, so it's their baby, and yeah, so they started writing these comics, which obviously had a massive audience already, and then when obviously the show came out, even a bigger audience, and yeah, she's incredible. She writes all of them, and she's writing the 6th volume right now, and yeah, she's an amazing person, especially to be on set with, because obviously in season 2 my character encounters someone who's asexual, and obviously the writer Alice is asexual, so it was nice to have them on set so we could speak about these experiences and the storyline and make it as authentic as possible. And they're an amazing human being.
She's the J.K. Rowling of her world, isn't she?
Oh my god, yeah.
I mean, and also the same number of books, 6 going on 7.
Yes,
so there you are. Bradley, it's fantastic to meet you. It's really great to meet
thank
you. Where do you think, it doesn't matter where things go in the end, as long as they hopefully go in a good direction for all the right reasons, but where do you think you might go over the next few years? What do you think you might get up to?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, so far I was literally at university a year ago, so I think in a year I've done quite a lot. That it's kind of took me by surprise.
What did you do at uni?
Drama. I did acting. But yeah, so I don't know. In 1 year, I've done a lot of things I've wanted to achieve. So I think in a couple of years, I would love to obviously carry on with my acting, get a couple more roles. Maybe one is pending right now, who knows? And then I would love to go into like presenting and more like personality stuff, still advocacy, writing more books. You know, my brain doesn't stop, so there's always stuff going on that I want to do. But yeah, just keep doing what I'm doing. I think that's the main.
Good for you. Well, it's great, man. It's great. You know, if you think about it too much, then I suppose when you're 22, things don't just happen, because obviously that would demean all the effort and the focus, the passion, and the love you put into things. But there is a more natural rite of passage, I think, when you're younger. I think when bands are doing their thing, lyrics, the sound, the sort of the prolific aspect to their oeuvre, if you like, it comes more naturally because it's just more on stream. And you haven't really, life hasn't started. You know, one aspect of life maybe has challenged you, but the boring bits, the administrative bits, none of that. You don't have to deal with any of that so much yet, do you?
Yeah, no, definitely. No, it's pending.
You've got time to climb all the trees in the park.
Just do as many things, because a lot of the time people, as an actor, especially going on like a reality show, it could have been quite detrimental. But I've always said, you know, do what you want to do, live your life, and just try new things. And I think as a 22-year-old, it's perfect time to do that.
We're only here once, we think.
Yes, we think.
But let's just treat it
might as well
like
make the most of it.
In case. All right, Bradley, anything else you'd like to say?
I hope everyone has a great day.
Oh, my God. What a joy. What a joy. Just go. You crack on. What are you doing today, the rest of the day?
Today, I think tonight I'm going to a new store opening for this brand. So I'm excited about that, to go and see some clothes.
Good for you. And what about America? You're in America?
Oh, I would. What, for me to go to America?
Yeah, I mean, like work, and because often if things hit here, they love a Brit over there, don't they?
Well, never say never. I would love to go to America, and I've never been to America, so I think
get out of here.
That would be one of those things like, oh, I've just flew to America for work.
Well, we're going on Saturday. Can you imagine if we get on the plane, I say, Eli, got a mate who wants to sit next to you,
And
he
it's
would
me.
freak
I'm going
out.
over there to film something. That would be really cool.
They'd have to delay takeoff because a 12-year-old just exploded. All right, great to see you, man.
Thank you so much.
Stay in touch. Good luck with everything. If we can ever help you, please let us know. Yada, yada, yada.
Thank you so much for having me.
All
Thank
right,
you for
mate.
enjoying.
Can we hear it for Bradley Riches, please, from the control room? Here we go.
Thanks.
Virgin Radio.